Welcome to the Empowered Edge podcast, episode 4. I'm Sam, lead fitness coach and your host for today. I'm riding solo without Meg. Today's episode is why training is the fastest way to rebuild discipline. One of the biggest problems I see with professionals today is they feel like they've lost their discipline. They're capable people, they're intelligent, they're working hard, but somewhere along the way, life becomes chaotic. The routines disappear, energy drops, motivation fades, and people start to feel like they're operating in survival mode. What's interesting is that many people think the solution is more motivation, more productivity hacks, or another self-help book. But in my experience, the fastest way to rebuild discipline isn't found in your calendar or in your mindset. It's found in physical training. Training has a unique ability to rebuild discipline, self-belief and resilience in a way that very few other things can. One of the first things that disappears when people become overwhelmed is structure. Work becomes reactive. You're responding to emails, deadlines, responsibilities. Your day is dictated by everything around you. Training interrupts that pattern. Because training requires a decision, you decide when you're going to train. You decide to show up even when you're tired. And when you do that consistently, something important starts to happen. You move from being reactive to being intentional. Training becomes an anchor in your day. No matter how chaotic things get, you still show up for that session. That single act starts rebuilding a sense of control. And once people feel that control again, discipline begins to return. Another reason training is so powerful is because it introduces controlled adversity. Modern life is strange in the sense that many people are under constant psychological stress, but they rarely face physical challenges. Training changes that. When you're pushing through a difficult workout, your body is uncomfortable, your breathing is heavy, your muscles are burning, your mind is telling you to stop, but you keep going. That process teaches you something important. It teaches you that discomfort isn't dangerous, it's temporary. And that lesson carries into the rest of your life. Because the same mindset that pushes you through the final set in the gym is the mindset that handles pressure at work, difficult conversations, or challenging decisions. Training builds resilience, not through theory, but through evidence. The final reason training is so powerful is that it builds confidence through evidence. A lot of people struggle with confidence because they don't trust themselves anymore. They set goals, but they don't follow through. They make plans, but life gets in the way. Training changes that dynamic because every session you complete becomes proof. Proof that you showed up, proof that you followed through, proof that you can do difficult things. And when that evidence builds over weeks and months, something shifts internally. You start trusting yourself again. Your identity begins to change. You stop seeing yourself as someone who is overwhelmed or inconsistent and start seeing yourself as someone who is disciplined. That shift is incredibly powerful. This is why physical training is such a powerful foundation for rebuilding discipline. It creates structure in your day, it exposes you to controlled challenges that build resilience, and it provides tangible evidence that you are capable of following through on the things that matter. For many people, the path back to clarity, discipline and confidence doesn't start with mindset work, it starts with something much simpler, showing up to train consistently and letting that discipline spill over into the rest of your life. If this episode resonates with you and you feel like you've lost some of that discipline or structure in your life, remember that rebuilding it doesn't require dramatic change. It starts with small actions repeated consistently. Training is one of the most powerful places to begin. And if you're interested in learning more about how we help professionals rebuild discipline, energy, and clarity, you can find more through the Empowered Edge. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you on the next episode.